What's going on, guys? I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Ty, and today in this video, we're going to be talking about Inside Out 2 and the fact that it managed to hit $1 billion in just 19 days after its release. That's like unheard of. That's unbelievable. It's breaking all these records at the box office, but more specifically, I want to talk about why. Why is it that Inside Out 2 is such a smash hit? Because I'm going to be honest, I feel like nobody expected it to be this big of a hit. And don't get me wrong, with hindsight, there's going to be people saying, no, I knew it was going to hit $1 billion. No, I knew it was going to make this much money. But they are lying to you. Nobody expected that, and it's just unbelievable. So today, I have 7 reasons why I think that Inside Out 2 managed to smash the $1 billion mark and just kill it at the box office. Before I actually get into talking about the movie, I usually don't get too personal on this channel, but today is actually my 22nd birthday, so yay, happy birthday to me. Well, I'm recording this the day before, but happy birthday to future me. Just wanted to give a big shout out to you guys because you guys are a part of my life, and that really means a lot. So as I get a year older, just know that I'm always thinking about you guys. I love talking with you guys in the comments, and yeah, I mean, thank you just for all your support and stuff. Can't wait to hit 1,000 subs, hopefully by the end of the summer. That's my goal. But yeah, guys, thank you for always sticking around. I don't want to talk about me too much though, just thank you guys, and yeah, let's just talk about this film. The first reason why this movie managed to make so much money is because it was produced by a trusted brand, arguably the most trusted brand on earth, Disney/Pixar. And don't get me wrong, Disney has had their fair share of flops recently under like their entire umbrella, whether it's the Marvels with the MCU, or even last year, Elemental was looking like it was going to be a flop. 2 years ago, Lightyear was a flop, and even some other things like Star Wars, they had Solo a couple years ago that flopped. All of their branches from a quality standpoint and from a money standpoint were going down. But at the end of the day, Disney and Pixar is still the most trusted brand, I would argue, pretty much on this earth. People have faith in Disney, people have faith in Pixar. When they see that a new Disney or Pixar movie is coming out and they're interested, they're expecting a good movie to come out. And I think that, it's that time of year, which we'll get into in a second. It's getting hot out, kids are getting out of school. Again, that might be another reason coming up. I'm kind of foreshadowing here. And people just wanted to see a Disney film because at the end of the day, like I said, their reputation is very strong. They're one of the, if not the most prestigious studios on this planet. I think I mixed up my words there a bit, but you guys understand what I'm saying. They are trusted, they are respected. At the end of the day, they are a big dog in this game, and it feels like I said, as of recently, they've been more of a sleeping giant, but regardless, they are a giant, pretty much as giant as it gets. So that's the first reason why this film made so much money. People still have faith in Disney, I believe, deep down. That's why so many people went out to go see this film. The second reason why so many people went to go see this movie, which I was just alluding to, is the fact that it's summertime. Summer is always the biggest time for films. Now, don't get me wrong. Kind of like what I just said with Disney, summertime hasn't been that good towards movies recently. Last summer, we had a lot of flops, whether it was The Flash or Dial of Destiny. But also, we had our Barbenheimer event, but that was just more of an anomaly, kind of an outlier. My point is, regardless, kids are still getting out of school. It just came out when, their summer's starting or whatever, and that means that this movie's gonna have long legs for that very reason. Basically, maybe that first weekend it makes a lot of money, but those upcoming weeks, as more and more kids get out of school, as more families hear about how good this movie is, they're gonna wanna go see it. And again, like I said, it's the summertime. What do you do during the summer? You go see a nice summer movie. This is a family film. It's for the whole family, which I'm going to talk about in a second. I feel like I keep talking about my points a little too early on here. But regardless, summer's the biggest time for movies, and kids are getting out of school. And obviously, their target audience is #1 at the end of the day. Even though adults love to see these films, I went to go see it, is kids. Kids is who they want to see this film. They're getting off school, which means they have a lot of free time, so it was time for them to strike while the iron was hot. The third reason here why this film made so much money is because it's a sequel to an already great film. Inside Out 1, it's 9 years old at this point, which honestly, it's kind of blowing my mind that it's that old. That's like hard to believe, but there's been a lot of fans that have been waiting for this to come out. There's been a lot of kids that saw this movie at the time, maybe they were like 9 or 10. Now they're much older that have wanted to see this sequel, and they get excited. Obviously, it's kind of harder, even though, like I said, like Disney's a trusted brand and Pixar, to trust an original film. Like next year, Elio's coming out. Last year, Elemental came out. These are new movies, so it's kind of like, oh, is this going to be actually good or not, whatever. But people saw Inside Out. They thought it was great. So Inside Out 2 is coming out. They probably have more trust that this film is going to go out, and they get excited for them. So, of course, when you hear, oh my God, a sequel to the movie that I love is coming out from a trusted brand, so we're kind of combining combining it with my first point, you're gonna want to go see it. It makes a lot of sense. The cast is returning. We're, bringing back all the characters again, all the gangs back together. That's why people wanted to go see this film. That's just another reason why this behemoth basically at the box office was born. My next point, I've been trying to not directly address. I've been trying to dance around it, but obviously I've been talking about it. It's the fact that this movie is for the whole family. There are kids that love Disney right now. There are adults that love Disney right now. There are people that were kids that love Disney and grew up to be adults that love Disney. It is a generational company and people are excited about this film. But like I said, this film's rated what, G or PG? Anyone can see it. If you put out an R-rated film, there's going to be less of an audience, which means that automatically you're going to be making less money, unless you're some random film like Deadpool and Wolverine, which obviously just has a lot of hype behind it because it's a comic book film. But usually R-rated movies make a lot less money for that reason. You can't bring kids to go see this movie, at least in most cases. I know that a lot of parents don't care. Like, my parents wouldn't care really when I was younger, if I was 12 or 13. But of course, there's a lot of situations and a lot of bad movies where you can't bring the kids. So obviously, when you put out a kids movie, more people can just physically see the movie and are allowed to. Therefore, it's going to make more money. My fifth point is kind of two combined into one. It's going to be the fact that this movie's both short, and because of that reason, there's a lot of repeat viewings. So let me explain. Basically, like I said, people are obsessed with Disney. Who doesn't love Disney? But this is a shorter film. It's not like Killers of the Flower Moon that came out last year that's 3.5 hours. No. So theaters can fit more movies within a day in their theaters than if they had a longer movie. Like maybe if you have a 3-hour movie, right? You could only play 3 of those films, 3 showings in the same theater in the same day. But Inside Out 2, which is an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes at max, you can fit 8 of those in a day. And it's a completely different scenario for that very reason. On top of that, repeat viewings. People are obsessed with Disney. People are obsessed with Pixar. There's so many diehard fans. You're going to want to go with your kids. Then your kids are going to say, oh, mommy, I want to go next week and go watch it again. And you're going to be like, fine, you know what? We just saw it. Maybe now we'll bring your friend and we'll go see it. It's a super digestible film. It's easy to watch again, like I said, because it's very short, doesn't take up your whole day, especially if you're a parent with some young kids, and they're going to want to see it. Kids love to rewatch stuff. I mean, I have little cousins that rewatch the same thing all day or whatever. Trust me, I know from my own experience as well as a kid, what movies did I watch on repeat? Toy Story and this and that. All that stuff was great. I get it. People want to rewatch a movie, and because it's short, it makes it more rewatchable. My next point here is one that I feel is very important for Hollywood and the health of Hollywood. It's the simple fact that this is a great movie. That's literally it. This is a very good movie. Don't get me wrong, that opening weekend when this movie made a ton of money, there was a chance that people watched this, but it wasn't actually that good. Meaning that the second weekend, not as many people are going to go watch it. But as word of mouth spreads around, people are telling their friends, their family members, hey guys, Inside Out 2 is really good. You should go check it out. Because keep in mind, not everybody's a movie freak. They might go watch a movie in the second week it's out or the third week it's out. Inside Out 2 made $100 million in its second weekend. That would have still been the highest grossing film of this year if we're talking about its second weekend. That's unbelievable. That shows you that people are just continuously talking about this movie, how good it is. And I'm going to be honest with you, even though this doesn't really have to do with the money, like I was saying with the health of Hollywood, I feel like it's good for good movies to be making a lot of money. I feel like a lot of garbage movies end up making so much money for no reason, and it kind of bothers me. But when you have a pretty good movie that makes a lot of money, I think it's better for Hollywood because more people are just being exposed to a higher quality product. Not that I really want to call a film a product, but you guys understand what I'm saying. At the end of the day, people are spreading word of mouth. They're talking to everybody that they know, go see Inside Out 2, and that creates more revenue. And I'm just going to kind of tie that into my last point that I have here, my 7th point, that being that Disney said, hey, we're not going to be idiots and dump this on Disney Plus. We're going to have it a long theatrical window. For those of you that don't know, there have been a lot of movies recently that have been in theaters for 3 or 4 weeks, not even, and then they're dumped on streaming services. Disney said with Inside Out 2, and even though it's only been 19 days, Inside Out 2 is going to have a 100-day theatrical window. This film is going to be in theaters for 3+ months. That's unbelievable. So it's not oh, I'm just going to sit at home and, watch this on Disney Plus in a month when it comes out. No, it's not going to come on Disney Plus for 5 months. So if you're kind of excited to see this movie, if your kids are like, mommy, bring me to go see this movie, then you got to bring the kids to the movie. Sorry. I think that's very smart. And again, like I said, it's not a factor right now because it's only been 19 days. We're only a fifth into this theatrical run. but it's just the point that as this movie just keeps going and keeps making more money, it's because of this smart decision that they actually let a movie breathe. They didn't say, hey guys, we're putting this on streaming in a month, because that's how you train audiences to not go to the theaters. So I think that was a very smart move. If more people heard that it was going to be dumped on streaming, I think less people would have went to the theaters, because if I'm, a mom or a dad and I have a Disney Plus subscription and I know it's going to be on there in a month, why would I go to the theaters? That's the whole point. And spend like $40 for like 2 tickets or whatever, or 3 tickets. It's ridiculous, the prices of the theaters. But yeah, guys, that's gonna just about do it for this video. I hope that you guys kind of like have a better understanding now of why this movie made so much money. I feel like watching the box office is always so interesting, because I feel like there's so many movies that you thought were gonna flop that ended up doing amazing. Not that I thought this movie was gonna flop, and then there's so many movies that you thought were gonna do amazing and then ended up just completely flopping. It's a shame. I feel like it's always just a gamble, but it's so interesting to talk about, because yeah, I don't know, I feel like I don't get to talk about box office stuff too much on this channel, even though I do follow it heavy, like on my own personal time or whatever on social media. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.